Hello, ladies and gentlemen, blank check here. My little Dashie. Those 3 words mean a lot of things to a lot of people. I'm going to keep this intro short and save my thoughts for the video and the outro. The only thing I'll say for context is that I am acquainted with the story. It was the first MLP fanfic I ever read. With that out, let's not waste any more time.
The daily struggles I go through outweigh the small moments of joy I have.
Right into it,
My Little Pony has helped, but it's still just another thing to give my hopes up on.
MLP in Real Life channel.
Every time I see the show or one of the ponies on a fan site, I recoil a little bit at the bright colors,
Okay,
the joyful faces of the ponies.
This
and the
is
peaceful scenery of their world.
the beginning of the story.
It's so hard to look at that beautiful world, having it so close to my grasp.
We present My Little Dashie. My Little Dashie. The mini-movie. Alright, that was our protagonist and
Be stopped by my computer screen.
a narrator giving us the intro. Producer, Storm
When I feel
XF3.
sad, I walk. When I feel tired, I walk.
Alright,
When I feel like walking,
I sit.
walk. Walking has become my second life in a sense.
Synergy.
I spend at least half my day outside along the crumbling sidewalks and decaying suburbs.
I walk a lonely road.
I live my life one day at a time. A good portion of those days are uneventful.
I feel like most of us
Following
do.
the same routine. I wake up, walk to work, walk home.
Alright,
Then
We,
I roam around until I go to bed.
we do have
Sometimes
Rainbow Dash
I'll
voice
hang with
actress.
a few friends.
Oh,
While other times I'll just play video games.
Hello there.
or
Oh.
watch My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
Mario Galaxy.
Living in a dying city isn't very fun or
Awesome.
interesting.
Right, he lives in a
This city was once full of life and color.
Detroit or something.
Now most of the houses are sagging.
I don't think it's
The
ever
businesses
specified.
sit empty and abandoned. And the open fields lay barren of the once great factories that helped
We have
drive
some
the local economy.
Very nice
I never saw the
shots.
city during those times, but I have seen pictures. My mother started
Wait.
painting once everything crumbled beneath her feet,
Wait,
making the sad scenery before her look beautiful.
this background music.
Her masterpiece is of an open field that yields
This
to a
is-
parking garage.
So much like
And over it, she drew this amazing rainbow.
two
By far my
Xanarkins
favorite picture.
from Final Fantasy
I
X.
guess that's why I like Rainbow Dash the most out of all the other ponies. Her colors.
There are
the
differences,
amazing sonic rainboom.
but that was so much
of them.
like
Reminds me of her picture.
FF10's theme song.
Today, as usual, I had walked to work.
I believe this
It was
is
the same just a different day.
it's
I
recounting
watched the same people come into the store,
the
grab
text.
their merchandise, pay for it, and then walk out with bags in tow.
Yeah, same homeless people as always.
Now, living in this area, I see trash all the time. Boxes and plastic bags littered the streets and empty
Right.
fields.
those
Rarely would I see a
filthy
cardboard
mud
box
ponies
that isn't
everywhere.
crushed in one way or another. It's just sitting there, sad and alone, among the broken concrete and overgrown grass.
Yeah, this seems to
It
be
doesn't move or stand out as if it were special.
one-to-one
It's
or
just
almost
an
one-to-one
brown cardboard
with the
box.
text from the story, so
Inside
I will
is a
talk over
simple
this.
Philly.
Oh,
Rainbow Dash.
ooh.
There is not
All
a
right.
physical or a mental or extraterrestrial way how this could be here. How
To a
she
good
could
home.
be here in my gloomy, dark, and horrible world.
I don't know if it was ever
The very first
established
thought that went through my mind, besides
why the
initial
box
Philly Rainbow Dash in a box,
was there.
is who in the world would give up a Philly Rainbow Dash?
That is a good line. I like that one from the story.
My heart explodes
Oh,
twice.
oh
I have
yeah,
not smiled like this in years.
I forgot. That line was there.
What are you doing out here?
Oh no, she's feral.
I'm so not sure how to handle this situation.
She has the taste of
Take
human
her
blood.
home? Do I call somebody?
Run away.
Who would I even call?
Ghostbusters.
She'd probably be taken off to some lab and experimented on.
Oh yeah,
Honestly, I only have one choice here.
That
She
reasoning.
has no clue what's going on.
It's like
Where she
very,
is, who I am, or anything else.
very 80s,
She's beyond
90s
the word lost.
movie
She's
plotline.
misplaced. Right now, there is nothing else that matters to me.
We have this
My
alien
despair, my sore feet and painful heart.
paranormal
God knows,
entity.
As nothing else can come remotely close to the feeling I have right now.
We need to keep
This
it from the
joy I'm
government.
experiencing at this moment as I lay awake on my couch. She is here.
This is nice.
She is real.
This looks nice.
Right now, she's my little pony.
Yeah,
She is my little Dashie.
Oh, name drop.
It's only been
Take
about
a drink.
4 months since I brought the young rainbow Dash into my home. I
2013.
did what little research I could.
Oh,
on
that's
the matter,
not-
But I've come.
It's
to
not
the
English.
conclusion. I
Yeah,
really
he's
have
not-
no idea why she's here. And quite frankly,
From the
I don't
Americas.
care. These few months with her have been the most amazing time of my life. She has opened my heart
Oh,
to love. And
that was really
joy,
cute.
amongst other things.
That is so
Right
cute.
now, she sits next to me on the couch as I watch TV.
And we got the bottom of his
She
face.
seems to enjoy the morning cartoons on the local stations. And
Oh, I think
I've kind of
that's-
come to enjoy them too.
Shaun the sheep?
She acts a lot like a young kid would.
Maybe?
But then again, why wouldn't she?
I don't know.
Another amazing thing is she's been learning to talk. Now, I'm not much of a teacher, or for that matter,
Yeah,
a parent.
Or
but I'm
a
doing my best
learner.
to help her learn to speak and read.
Oh,
I
dog.
decided since I actually
Oh.
don't know her actual birthday, I'm going to make the day I found her her birthday,
Why not?
September the 17th.
Remember,
And oddly
remember.
enough, that's the very same day that the second season of My Little Pony aired last year.
Oh,
I
what a
quit watching the
coincidence.
show after Dashie came into my life. There was no reason for me to continue. And honestly,
I
don't
would
have a
keep
lot of
watching
time
the
for myself
show.
anymore.
You know, for context, to see if anything
She's able
happened.
to fully communicate with me now, as well as read English. And she's even started
Good
to learn how
job.
to write with, you guessed it, her mouth.
Oh,
I did try to invent some things for her hoof so she could write.
That's great.
But it seems writing with her mouth is more natural than moving her hoof around.
I'm guessing we'll never
One thing
see
that
his
troubles
face.
me with her, though, every day she sits at a window looking outside.
That seems like a
I'm not
very
worried about her being seen by passersby.
intentional-
I'm on a dead-end street, so that's the least of my worries. Still, though she hasn't said
storytelling
anything to me
device.
yet, I can see the hunger for fresh air in her eyes.
because the original story was
I really
very
can't
much
keep her in here her entire life.
like a wish
I keep
fulfillment.
talking like she's going to be here forever.
Reader
that
projects
isn't
himself
true.
onto the narrator sort of
Someday,
situation.
she'll return home. Whether that's a simple poof and she's gone.
Oh
or
no.
Perhaps through some other means. In my
Some
heart,
other
I hope that
means.
never happens. But
Yeah,
in my
we're-
head, I know it will. It's just a matter of when.
Dashie's getting a
I do
little
hope to get
crazy,
her outside sometime soon.
stuck up at
I've been checking
home.
out some of the abandoned lots and former parks on my walks to and from work.
She's like
seeing
my
where the
cat.
best location would be to take her. Funnily enough,
This
it
swing
seems
set.
the field that I played at growing up was the best option. So that's
Yeah,
when I decided I shall take her to the field.
the field seems
But
pretty
how will I
nicely
get her there.
kept up for
She's still
being
relatively
deserted.
small, so I can hide her inside a jacket or something. And tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day anyway.
How do we get there? We
I've been taking her
ride.
to that old field for weeks in hopes that I could help her learn how to fly. There's this large tree there with branches to.
The animation's good here.
Terrace. The perfect spot for her to practice. If
And
she
the camera
falls
work.
and I can't catch her, at least she'll have something remotely safe to land on.
The camera work is really cool.
She fell a lot, and I knew she would. There were many scrapes, cuts, and bruises towards her goal. But finally,
I think that was
many weeks of work. She did
mud,
it. She
not
flew.
blood. It
Now,
looked
it was
kind of
only
dark
short
for a
distance,
second.
about 50 feet or so. But still,
Oh.
she did it.
I really
She's a little
like
scraped up, but she's
the shadow
beaming with
work.
pride.
for having, the 2D character
Another thing
here.
that had been brought to my attention. She asked me about having her own room, and I got to thinking and realized the house does have a spare bedroom. Though my
Oh.
parents had
Oh, just
some of my
remembered.
school stuff from my younger years, as well as several of my old toys. She might enjoy them. Though she is getting older, I'm not sure.
I
how
don't
entertaining
feel
it would
like
be for her.
Dash would be into Rubik's
If
Cubes.
she has her own room, I can get her her own things.
Colors!
so
It
that
has
she can do
colors like
something
me!
normal. She is
Oh.
pretty smart for a filly and knows the difference between our species.
Oh, hey! Oh,
However,
cool!
she still knows nothing about
Stan
her
Lee just
origin.
cameoed.
She's just not ready yet.
I didn't know this was
The
a
only
Marvel
thing I can
movie.
do is keep her happy.
Oh. This is your new friend. You will accept him as one of your own.
Today is a day for celebration. For today.
Yeah.
My little Dashie got her cutie mark.
Oh, name drop. Take a drink.
She didn't even know what it was until I had explained it to her. Now she's even more ecstatic than before. It was
Aw.
just a normal field outing, but this time she decided she wanted to see how high she could get.
They blurred
In an
out
attempt to
the,
gain speed from the fall.
The
All the
narrator.
right things factored for her, how she positioned herself, her mental focus, and
Yeah.
possibly me on the ground watching and cheering.
That's a good idea for the camera
She
work.
did it.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
I knew
Oh,
I could break the
nice.
sound barrier, but to actually do the Rainbow Part 2,
rainbows.
blown. So the
Twice.
initial explosion caused a ton of broken windows and set up car alarms in the next county. We rushed home before
Quick
anyone could
dash.
arrive at the field.
We must avoid the
I
government.
was lucky. None of my windows were broken.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
rainbow
that
proofed
was her
them.
highlight of the day. Mine was just moments ago.
It costs extra, but it's worth
She's
it in
now
the
come
long
accustomed
run.
to sleeping in her own room versus with me out on the couch. Now I can sleep in my own bed once more.
That's a nice
But I do
couch.
keep the door unlocked, so if she needs me, she can come get me.
Daddy, I
just
had a
tucked her into bed
nightmare.
and told her good night when she said it.
Oh, that
Good
is
night, Daddy.
that is such a cute
I love you.
blanket. All right.
Good night, my little Dashie.
Name drop. Drink.
For the first time, not only did she call me Daddy, which she has done on occasion, but she even
Right.
said, I love you.
That is
I
this
haven't moved for an
is
hour now. I am so
why
lost in thought.
I was
And
into
few
the
times
story.
She has called me Daddy.
What
I
got
didn't
me
think
into
anything
it?
of it. I
This
could picture why she
paternal
called me that.
relationship.
Being with her so much has made me accept it as part of taking care of her.
When I read the story,
Tonight,
it was
when she said
less than
those
2
three
years.
words, the realization
since my own
finally
father
sank into my
passed.
heart. I am her daddy.
So I was
And
very
quite frankly,
susceptible
I consider her my daughter.
to this sort of storyline. And that's
I
where a
think I
lot of
finally did
my
it. I have broken my hard shell that had formed when my parents died.
empathy came
I
from.
let a sweet little filly into my life. I gave her a home to live in.
This is so
food to
cute.
eat, and now
Oh,
a daddy to
oh,
love.
oh, the milkshake. Carte
She has given
d'Or.
me hope,
Ice
love,
cream or whatever that
compassion,
is.
and now something I thought I'd never utter. A daughter.
Alcoholism. All right.
I believe Dashie is now at her full size, rounding in at about 3 feet tall. She's fully grown.
Big old Dashie.
Though she's only 10 years old according to my math.
I can fly her
believe
now.
She's actually closer to 14 or 15 in actual years.
Oh, that's great.
So we celebrated 5 missed birthdays.
I love that animation.
I got a new job, one that pays much more than my old one.
Yeah.
Dashie even talked about getting a job, but then
Wonder
she
what
remembered
the
what I told her.
Commute is for that.
The look on her face was heartbreaking.
If all the businesses are dying
Luckily,
here.
I have a way to fix this. Due to the sheer size of the property, it involves a lot of cutting of grass. Tomorrow, I'll modify a lawnmower for
Yeah.
her to use so that she can have a job.
I'm
I'll even
rich.
pay her so that she can buy her own stuff if she wants.
Here you go,
According to the show,
Dashie.
she was a weather pony.
4
and
bits.
I don't have her mess with Mother Nature unless it's a dire emergency. So there really isn't any job there for her.
I wonder what kind of emergency there
I don't know
was.
when, but I have the sudden feeling our time together is running out.
He's
All of
psychic.
this has been too good to be
But
true.
to make that exception for her weather tampering, was there like a hurricane?
Has to be the worst time of my life.
Ugh.
More than when my parents died. Dashie
Now that-
found out the truth before I could tell her myself.
That is a statement
I
right
remember I
there.
walked in from work with some groceries, set them in the kitchen.
That should
and
be
walked into the living
dissected.
room. That's when I saw it. My heart sank. I
Oh
knew
no.
that episode.
She saw Sonic Rainboom. Why that one?
How long? How long have you
Oh.
known about this?
Oh, the tears.
How long have you known about this?
I sat down, turned off the television, and told her everything.
Oh. It's a pony
I told
TV.
her about the show, finding her, and answered any other questions she had for me. After our argument, she flew upstairs into her bedroom and
Oh,
slammed the
no.
door shut. An hour
Dash.
later, I went to check on her, but no response told me she'd flown off.
Dash.
I can only hope that she comes back. Or at least, if she doesn't, she
I'm
stays away
sorry.
from any other people.
Stay away from
All
the
I can say to her
government.
at this point is that I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh no. This
It's been
narrator
3 days since Dashie
is
left.
doing a good job.
The night of her departure, I did something I hadn't done in a very long time.
I
I went
walked.
for a walk.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure where I was going or how long I walked, but that's what I did.
But just gonna
It's 3
see
days
where
later,
the road
and I
took
find
me.
myself out here walking once again.
Leave myself to fate. Life's not worth living without my little Dashie. Name drop. Oh, me and my hoodie in the rain and the forest. Oh no! Flashbacks. Montage.
Good night, Daddy. I love you.
Oh, I would be more sad here.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh man, if I didn't know what was still to come. Oh. She found him. Oh, that's really cool. Having the grass in the foreground. Good stuff there.
I heard you. And I'm sorry too.
I have rainbow hearing.
You have nothing to be sorry about. This is my fault. Simple as that.
I'm the dumb one.
Do you still love me?
Of course.
Oh,
Dashie.
oh,
I've always loved you.
quick cut
I
there.
still love you, no matter what. Not even a small fight such as ours could ever change that.
Oh man.
With some time, I'm sure she'll
That's-
relax and settle down about her being in the cartoon.
That's a good
She
moment.
is a smart mare and knows
That
she's
is a
real,
very-
not that made-up cartoon pony from the show.
Existential
I can only help to push her into believing that.
concern
I hope that
there.
She'll do the same for me.
Like, I'm a fictional
There's
character.
a point in every parent's life when they have to let their child go. On
Oh,
her 20th
no,
birthday, I had planned
no.
a special outing to go see a flight show.
Of course.
As we prepared to leave, there was a knocking at the door.
Special occasion. Of course this is what happens.
I'll be a moment.
No, don't do it. There's a pony there.
When I first saw the figure standing on my porch, I wasn't
He
sure
wasn't-
if I was dreaming or hallucinating.
He wasn't very
She
reactive to
stood
that.
there another second looking at me.
Shut it. Shut it in her snout, in her muzzle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the rest of the main six. Oh, Pinkie Pie.
I'm quite surprised. I
Ooh.
had expected a little more resistance to us entering.
Why?
Eh,
I know who you all are.
I thought about it.
Ah, so you do know then.
That you are fictional characters from a children's TV show? Then yeah. Otherwise, why you're all here?
I probably
I have
would
no
not have
idea.
gone with that
Oh.
statement.
I think you do know.
That
My
your
heart fell into
children's
the pits of my stomach. I did know.
Fake
and she was straight to
ponies?
the point about it.
Excuse me, sir. But from what we could figure out, Rainbow Dash should be here. Is she?
No. Go away.
She's upstairs in her room.
She doesn't want you
Her
here.
room?
Yeah, Dashie's in her room.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who was knocking, and I didn't want her to be spotted.
By the government.
Dashie? My. You're that friendly with her already?
Okay, the little
I would
Philly
have
Rainbow
punched
Dash.
that pony so hard right then. How she would have responded. Friendly? That's not even
That's so
the
great.
beginning of it. And I should be asking you ponies about what the hell you did.
Oh, there we go.
You
There's
see, my student.
I know who she is. Would you just cut to the chase?
dang, cutting off the
Yes, of
princess.
She was working on a spell to help the weather team with storm development.
All right.
They had ended up making a slightly too large storm, and when Twilight had
See-
attempted to use her magic to dispel it,
What
it
if?
shot a lightning bolt out to meet her horn.
Right.
Rainbow Dash was unfortunate enough to be within reach of the blast.
What
and
if
engulfed
Cloud
her.
Chaser was in the way
Sent her
instead?
to here.
And this
They
was my little
arrived
Cloud
to retrieve
Chaser.
her. Simple enough, I would imagine.
How
Dad?
different would that be?
Is everything all right?
It was in that second that my heart stopped beating.
Twice.
Excuse me, Sugar Cube. Did I just hear Rainbow call you Dad?
Oh, this is a nice
Do you care to
Applejack.
explain?
I like it.
There was only one thing I could do, and I had to do it. But I knew I wouldn't like it.
Punch the unicorn. Grab the
Yeah,
Pegasus.
Dashie, I'm coming up.
Jump out the
We
window.
need to talk.
Call the government for your house. They'll never bother you again.
Dashie!
Oh,
Hey, get away
jeez.
from me!
Okay.
You don't recognize me,
Oh no.
do you?
No, or any of you!
The waterworks.
Dashie.
Already
take a seat,
starting.
please, so I can talk to them.
She watched the episode, though. She did see the ponies.
How long ago was she sent over here?
About 15 days ago. Why?
All right.
Well, it's been a lot more time than that here.
Just a
How
little.
long?
15 years.
That
Yeah.
don't explain why she don't know us.
Big time
Well,
jump
That's the thing. When I found her, she was just a filly.
through this
Come
story.
again?
From my math,
It
I
allows-
think she was no older than 4 or 5
It allows
years old.
the paternal
You need to
relationship
tell us that you've been taking care of Rainbow Dash for 15
a lot
years
of implied
since she was
development.
a small filly.
We,
Not one of these really quick.
She is...
Oh man.
I know it's not true.
Oh, that's a
I
good
think I understand the reason behind why Rainbow Dash had called you Dad.
breakdown there.
So, what's supposed to happen now?
Well, it's quite simple. Twilight, do you still remember
Twilight.
the memory spell?
Get my
from the disco
sword.
incident?
I knew what was going on.
I
until
have
was
business to
getting
take care of.
She wanted Twilight to either erase Dash's memories or start from anew. No.
No.
Please wait.
No.
Just give me a moment with her, please.
Stop right
It's
there,
all I
criminal
ask,
scum.
Since this is the last time we'll see each other.
This is rough. Goodbyes are rough.
Dashie. My little Dashie.
Drink.
I love you with all my heart.
Oh.
You have done wonders to open me up from the man I once was.
Oh no.
You
Tears.
have brought me so much joy in my life.
Oh.
I can't possibly ever thank you for it all.
And the sad,
These 15 years we have had together,
sad
talking,
theme.
playing, flying, all those have been so special to me.
Drinking.
I just wanted you to know that
Running.
I will forever love you. If
Canoeing.
there is ever a problem that happens and you need me, don't hesitate to find a way to get me. Okay?
Yeah.
Do I have to go, Daddy?
Oh man. If you need me, just force Twilight to cast a spell.
It's your
Oh.
actual home, Dashie.
That
You don't
is-
belong here.
That's a shot right
I
there.
belong here with you.
You have no friends or other ponies to
Oh.
relate to.
Oh
I was
no!
only taking care of you until this time would come. I
Fluttershy!
never thought it would be this painful.
I love you, Daddy.
Oh
I love
man.
you too, my little Dashie.
I'm gonna get drunk with all these shots. Oh, that's a nice scene right there.
I knew it was coming, and it hurt so much.
Oh,
I knew it was right. It was what had to happen for her.
everybody's
for her
crying.
friends, and in a twisted way for me.
Except that heartless Celestia.
Before I go, I want to get something.
My brass knuckles. Quick, escape, Dad. Oh, hey. It's my intro.
I knew she had realized this is how it must end. The
Oh,
box, from my guessing, was probably her most cherished items.
thanks,
Though it hurt me
Nike.
to think about it, I hoped she had a picture of us in there.
Just do it.
I'm so sorry, Rainbow Dash.
Oh,
I honestly wish there was another way to do this.
why can't there be
Just
two
how
of
could I
you?
blame anybody for sending Rainbow Dash here?
Wait, the
I wish
mirror
to
pool.
Thank you, Twilight, and the rest of you. Thank you for what you did, though not intentional.
Thank you for screwing up.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Oh,
Thank you, darling,
aw.
for caring for our Rainbow Dash. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Are you ready now, Rainbow?
Oh, everyone except Pinkie Pie. Oh no! Oh no! Montage! Sad montage! We spent a lot of time on these animations. We're gonna show them 3 times, dang it. You're gonna like it. Oh man. This is a rough ending. Like, you had a sad moment, and then they made up, and then, oh, hello, more sad. Oh, geez. Oh, it's a flash grenade. Dash, run away, the government found us. Alright. Now this was the part that got to me. When I read the story. Because when she left, when they took her, it erased, like, all of the pictures on the wall and all of her toys and everything. And that was a really rough
Dad,
bit.
for 15 years you took care of me.
And I guess they're just,
For 15 years you loved me, played with me, and made sure I enjoyed my life in a world not meant to house me.
they're just skipping over that
I'm not a mare of many words.
for this thing.
Even though I told you this in person, I felt you needed a written version of it so you will know it was all real.
She's
I love
really
you, Daddy.
fine
You
writing
helped shape me into the mare I am now.
for using her
I'm
mouth.
not sure what's going to happen, if I will remember any of this or not. But I want you to know that you
That
did
is-
a darn good job.
That's what gets to
raising
me, is
even if I
that
was a bit stubborn at times. And
if the
short with
memories
others.
are erased.
With Celestia's permission, I hope to allow you to keep our photos, our memories, with you so that you will never forget. Again,
Like that.
I love you, and thank you.
That
Your
sucks.
little daughter always. Your little Dashie forever.
Oh.
Rainbow Dash.
Oh. But yeah, like memories. If the memories of the past are... Oh, alright. Alright. Like if they're destroyed, then nothing's left, and that hurts me. I think there was some more story a little bit after that, but I suppose there was an executive decision that it worked best to end it there. Alright, After Effects, Fast Brushy, Storm XF. Visuals by Storm XF. Written by Rob Cakegran 53. Adaptation by Synergy. Everyone has threes in their names for some reason. Alright. Oh man, cast, main character, secondary character. Wait, isn't that... Oh, I guess that... The face they showed. So it's like secondary character, isn't that Rainbow Dash? But no. Alright, Glory of the Rain Wings. I did not realize she was part of this. And an I Am Shadow. I do know some of these voice actresses. Alright. Sound effects providers. Full screen, audio micro. Contributors, Pinky Pony, Gano... something. Jeff Burgess? Oh, okay. He's cool. Wow. Oh, thanks for watching. Oh my god. That was a good... They did a good job adapting that. I'm surprised by how well they moved that over to this mini-movie real-world format. It exceeded my expectations. I'll get more to that in the outro, which I'll start right about now. Alright, that was the My Little Dashie mini-movie from Storm XF, and it was a good adaptation of the original story. In fact, I'd say I was pleasantly surprised. Truth be told, I purposefully avoided this video back when it came out. At the time, I was at a point in my fandom history where the notion of a live-action My Little Dashie made me cringe a little internally. Nowadays, I have a higher tolerance for fan content, but this was handled well regardless. The cinematography was quality throughout. Plenty of wide shots with pleasant scenery, deliberate movements, excellent focus, and skillful editing work. Animation included was sparse but well implemented, fitting two-dimensional characters into a 3D world as best they could. Characters weren't as expressive as the show, but their movements were fluid. Voice work was great. Derpy Pony 22 gave narration that was clear, well-paced, and appropriately emotive. And I approve the decision to never show the narrator's whole face. The story is essentially wish fulfillment for fans, and maintaining that disconnect from the protagonist lets him stay somewhat anonymous, so viewers are still able to project themselves onto him to some degree. In terms of content, they hit all the major scenes, cutting out minute details that probably would have made the video too bloated. This transition from text to video definitely had thought put into it. Overall, great work on this. I'd go so far as to say this does a better job as an adaptation than My Little Dashie does as a story. Speaking of, My Little Dashie, for those who did not watch my whole Q&A, was the first pony fanfiction I ever read back in August 2012, I believe. It was my favorite fanfiction for about 4 months before I blasted through Fallout Equestria. When I first read it, everything was aligned perfectly for it to grab me. I had been watching the show for under 2 months, and Rainbow Dash was still one of my favorite characters at the time. I had not read any great fanfics by that point, so I had little to compare it to. In addition, this was shortly before the 2-year anniversary of my father's passing. I've been especially vulnerable to paternal relationship stories for years now, but at that time it was particularly strong. So the first time I read the story, I loved it, and the ending brought tears to my eyes. Afterward, I even listened to Mike the Microphone's dramatic reading, and that was another emotional ride. The build toward the ending is really well done, knowing that the main 6 have come to retrieve Dash, but having to persevere through the pain of the explanations and the goodbyes. And then, in the fic, the moment that the narrator points out all his pictures and tangible memories of Rainbow Dash have been wiped out of existence, that's what hit me hard. I'm familiar with loss, but the idea of this erasure of physical mementos, coupled with the deletion of Dash's memory, is pretty terrible. Fortunately, the box with Dash's letter is found soon afterward, to give a glimmer of closure and of acceptance, letting the narrator cherish the memories and look toward the future. That said, the story isn't really one of my favorites these days. Part of that is because I've read so many fanfics over time that are bigger, more developed, and with stronger characters, and the other part is that the emotional punch has worn off. That leaves a wish fulfillment story with a bit of a sappy ending, something of a self-insert, brooding protagonist, and a narrative that doesn't necessarily need Rainbow Dash to work. Some things like the rainboom are there, but in terms of capitalizing on her personality, you could generally replace her with any major character from the show, and the story would not change that much. Still, I don't think it's a bad story at all. The writing is fine, and though it leans too heavily on our prior attachment to Dash, rather than the one developed in the story itself, I still like the father-daughter relationship and the emotion behind the major events. My Little Dashie has received backlash over time since it became too popular for its own good, and I know that there's been criticism toward the narrator being too possessive and irresponsible, but that's digging deeper into a logic that I don't like applying to most pony content. The story seems well-meaning and not trying to push any agendas, so I'm okay with suspending a good amount of disbelief. My Little Dashie still gets a thumbs up from me. It's worth reading for a number of reasons. Even if someone doesn't get the same emotional value, it's interesting to have an understanding of one of the fandom's most famous pieces. Also, whether or not you like My Little Dashie, if you enjoy the concept itself, I'd recommend a story called A Diamond and a Tether. It was written for a contest that revolved around correcting popular fanfics. It's essentially My Little Dashie with Diamond Tiara. But the human in the story is not a good parent figure. She floods the filly with toys and expensive things, but neglects to give her the attention or love that our narrator here at least had. And this causes Diamond Tiara to develop into a spoiled, angsty child. The characters involved have more personality and more dimensionality, and the ending is emotional without being manipulative. Anyway, thanks for listening to this rambling here. As I said, this is a high-quality video adaptation, and StormXF does really cool work. Thanks to everyone involved, and thank you for watching. Your little reactor always. Your little blankie forever. Blank check.